What up, people? It is September the 6th, and it's a windy and rainy day as Hurricane Irma is on the rise. Right after the devastation in Texas. So we hope we're gonna be able to bring you a little bit of entertainment, a little bit of get your mind off of things, especially if you're in that Florida region like myself. I'm here in Orlando, so I don't know, all the way up in Detroit. Are y'all keeping an eye on what's going on to us vulnerable people down south?
Kinda, but we're not really feeling no effects of the hurricane. It is cooler than normal. It was pretty chilly today. We had a ton of rain last night. Not last night, the night before last. It was sunny all through the day today, but the temperature did kind of drop.
So basically, you all right? You cool and you relaxing, way up there, far away from the greatest hurricane in the history of hurricanes. Okay, I got you. So, right. We'll go ahead and look at some other devastating things that are hitting around the world, and more closely to professional wrestling. We got to lead off with what the heck is going on with your boys in Impact Wrestling / TNA Wrestling / GFW Wrestling / Oh my God Wrestling. Hey, they got some problems. I got some problems in Orlando right here. I got some problems in Orlando going on right now. But Courtney, what is going on? Let's focus it in a little bit. That's broad. Let me zoom it in. Jeff Jarrett. Let's talk about Jeff Jarrett. He just gave his namesake GFW to TNA and Impact and the Owl anthem. And as of the last 24 hours, he's gone. Do you know what the heck is going on with Jeff Jarrett and what the problems are up in Tennessee?
I have no idea. And I don't follow GFW at all. And I actually despise when you guys talk about it. But the only thing I could find on the internet is personal problems. Dave Meltzer spoke about it. I didn't listen to him today to see what he said about it. I actually I listen to Dave Meltzer pretty much well, not every day, but every couple of days, just to hear his thoughts on what's going on in wrestling. So I know he did say something about it today, but like I said, I have no idea. I don't follow them, but it does strike me as peculiar that and it wasn't something that was announced. It's just like hushed, like hurried in the middle of the night type of, like he just escaped, like he just got out of Dodge. So I don't know what's going on, but some talented guys over there, man. Hopefully those guys can get on their feet, because it is a ton of people, a ton of guys that are over there that can that actually are good, man. So I want them to succeed. I want more of a variety of wrestling other than just WWE. So they got to do something, man. They got to do something.
They definitely do. For those who aren't there, you're like, what the heck are you guys talking about? What's going on? So either this morning or yesterday morning, I'm foggy with the details, but Jeff Jarrett took a leave of absence, citing personal issues. He was down in AAA, I believe it is, down in Mexico. The GFW was doing some kind of co-promotion down there, and I believe that broadcast will actually air on Impact Wrestling sometime. But he was acting kind of funny, and it was apparently something that's been going on for a minute. And they are, the anthem wasn't happening anymore. So basically, they sent him home, is what it appears. And on top of that, the word comes out now that they are bleeding money. They just bought the company, and it already looks like they're in trouble. There's rumors that they're going to have to sell the company. I mean, they're bringing in all the big names, and then they've let all the big names go for a lot of them. But you know, we've seen the Hardy's gone, Drew Galloway's gone, the Pope is gone from the announcer booth. Looks like Bobby Lashley might be on his way out if he's not out already. So like all their stars are gone, and now listen, let's make it positive, because a lot of people were rooting for Jeff Jarrett to come in, but then he started bringing in the same old people, so it was kind of weird. But even more, it seemed like a lot of people were rooting for Billy Corgan to come in and take over. He has since made some kind of deal. It's just as weird and colluded as what's going on GFW. But a lot of people were hoping he went by NWA or some part of NWA, that maybe he'll come and purchase it. Let me ask you this. What would you prefer to happen if these three are the scenarios? Anthem gets it together. They've got a couple guys, Big John, and a couple other guys running camp. Maybe Jeff's out. They pull it all together. And apparently we have choppy audio again. I don't know what's going on. But we'll try to figure this out. But you hope TNA stays together. Do you hope that Billy Corgan maybe buys it and maybe rebrands it under his NWA package that he's already doing? Or do you hope that maybe the WWE sweeps in and makes a purchase? What's the best for business?
First off, anything but WWE sweeping. You know, remember what happened with WCW and ECW? Because you know what they're gonna do. They're gonna rehash an invasion angle, and they're just gonna do it badly this time. And besides, like, who from TNA is gonna run in and in an invasion? Now, it will give them an opportunity to like restock NXT, because one of the chief complaints about NXT recently is that because all of the top guys have been called up to the main roster, they don't really have anybody to push. So that's the only benefit I can see from WWE stepping in and saving the day. I would prefer like maybe a merger with Ring of Honor, something to make them bigger, because to me, Ring of Honor is, a legit second place in not North America, in the United States. And probably North America too, but I mean, Lucha Underground is pretty big, and Mexico is all pretty much AAA or CMLL. But I would love to see somebody with some money get behind them. Maybe it's an ROH and Impact merger. We see, but I kind of want anything but WWE to sweep in, even if the company folds, because I mean, I don't know, man.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. WCW, that legacy's gone. ECW's legacy's gone. Do we really want to Impact? I know we have we're not really feeling them. Shane checks in on them, but let's use that as a transition to WWE going in and taking over. Kind of what they're doing. They're not taking over in an instance. They're kind of taking back. I'm going to see if I can fix my audio, but if you can speak to this, have you heard about the news on WWE and what's going on with your people, the Young Bucks?
Well, it looks like the Young Bucks have received another cease and desist letter from WWE. I don't know if anybody out there watches the Young Bucks YouTube show, Being the Elite. It's actually pretty hilarious. I enjoy it. I try to catch it every week. Being the Elite, it just follows around the Bullet Club, basically. It's Young Bucks, like the Young Bucks, Hangman Page, Cody. They're all pretty heavily featured. And then, Kenny Omega shows up from time to time. Tama Tonga was showed up the last couple weeks. So, they've had this hashtag going around, FTR, which is bleep the revival. And apparently a couple weeks ago, and it's not just the Bucks that were screaming it. Cody would scream it. Paige would scream it. They got a cease and desist letter from WWE apparently because they were slandering the revival. Like, apparently they can't even use the hashtag anymore because they would tweet everything, and they had like a little Twitter sparring match back and forth with the revival. But yeah, so another thing that the Bucks do that is very familiar to old school wrestling fans is they do the DX crotch chop, and they use it all the time. So now it appears that they've gotten another cease and desist letter, and they can't use the crotch chop anymore. And so they use it in their matches. Excuse me, they use it in their matches quite constantly. Everybody throws up the Too Sweet. That's the Bullet Club, secret handshake. But at the end of their Being the Elite show, as the show is going off and it's fading to black, it's them on a roof of a building somewhere, just doing the crotch chop repeatedly, just like laying on their backs, like just doing suckets at the air. And apparently that's no bueno for the WWE, so they can't use that. I know Cody complains the fact that he can't even use his full name, hence the fact that he just goes by the American Nightmare Cody. So that looks to be like the third cease and desist letter from WWE to the Bucks and those guys.
Yeah, that's crazy is what that is. And let me ask you this. There are some that are under the belief that there's no such thing as bad publicity, right? But this isn't even really bad publicity. The FTR hashtag. I mean, they're heels. It's not like they're doing this to John Cena
right,
or somebody who is supposed to be. That's a great thing. You're getting over in an entire different organization. And these guys, I mean, the Revival are okay. A lot of people think they're better than okay, but they're not a top tier superstar right now. So whatever needs to happen for them to get over, that's really weird that you would hold them down, right? I mean, that's like when Zack Ryder was trying to do his YouTube channel and getting over on his own on the outside, WCW or WWE saying, sorry, you can't promote yourself on video. I mean, that's a weird thing. That's a weird concept. I don't understand why you would do that.
And it seems that you might want to mute your YouTube. I know you got YouTube in the window open somewhere. You might want to mute that because I can hear myself. But WWE does that. They don't like, they want to be the ones to get people over. They don't want you to get over. That's why when Zack Ryder got over so heavy, it resonated with so many people, and he legitimately got himself over via his YouTube channel. Man, I was tuned in to Z Hollywood Stories every single week because that's how over Zack Ryder it was. And it was just him, his boy, the Big O, and sometimes his dad would show up. But that to me, being able to get yourself over is the true. It's kind of like one of the true tests of a wrestler that they can have, because we've seen a lot of guys be really good in the ring, but they just can't get themselves over, and it's because they have their personality may be too dry. They can't talk. Classic example,